Hello everyone, welcome to the Click Physics 1 course, Lesson 2, Scientific Method and Basic Concepts. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain the scientific method, list the steps of scientific investigation, define hypothesis, define matter, identify states of matter, and explain mass, weight, time, and space. So first of all, what is scientific method? The scientific method is the process which scientists and researchers follow during scientific researches. It is used to solve problems and answer questions in a very systematic way. Scientists do not rely on guesswork, instead, they use observations, testing, and evidence to reach conclusions. So, what are the steps of scientific method? Uh, there is generally 7 main steps. First, scientists study the problem. They observe something in nature and try to understand what is happening with it. Second, they make a hypothesis. A hypothesis is an idea or a prediction that tries to explain the problem. Third is that they perform experiments. And this is the most important steps in physics. Scientists test their hypothesis in real conditions to see if it is correct or not. Fourth, they collect and analyze the data. This means that they look at the results very carefully using numbers, measurements, and calculations. Fifth is that they may accept, modify, or reject the hypothesis based on the results. And then they can make predictions, meaning they use their results to predict what might happen in similar situations. And the seventh step is generalizing results into scientific laws, which means that when results are confirmed, many times they are generalized into scientific theories or laws. There we have a little more information about hypothesis. A hypothesis is a statement or claim that can be tested. It must be based on study and observation, not just guessing or imagination, and it can be proven true or false through experiments. So, a hypothesis is like a starting idea that scientists are trying to prove. Now, let's talk about matter. Matter is anything that has mass, occupies space, and can be detected by our 5 senses. Everything around us is either made of matter or related to physical fields. For example, a stone, water, air, and iron are all matter because they have mass and they take up space. Well, here we discuss states of matter. Well, matter exists in 3 main states. First is solid, which has a very fixed shape and volume, meaning it can't be changed that easily and it has strong attraction between particles. As you can see in this image, for the solid, you can see that the molecule particles are very close to each other and they have very strong attraction. Then we have liquid, which has fixed volume, which means it doesn't become less or more, but it doesn't have any fixed shape. It means like if you pour water into a bowl, it will get that bowl's shape. If you pour it into a rounded glass, for example, it gets the shape of that. So basically, liquids take the shape of their container. Then we have gas, which has no fixed shape or volume, and the particles are very far apart and they move freely. Now, here we have basic physical quantities. The first one is matter, which we discussed in the previous slide. The second one is time, which tells us when something happens, like when did that event occur. Space or place, it tells us where something happens. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. Weight is the force of gravity acting on that object. Measurement means comparing a physical quantity with a standard unit. Also, a side note here, the measurement is the foundation of physics because without measurement, we cannot fully understand anything in science. And finally, we have error and accuracy. Every measurement has some error or uncertainty, but we try to make it as small as possible for accurate results. And we're done here.